Welcome back to another episode of Just Kidding Man. I'm Jose.
I'm Kong.
I'm Professor M.
And yeah, sorry for the delay of the episode. You know, we got caught up with Area 51.
Yeah, they did some stuff to us we didn't want to mention.
Probes.
Mostly Professor M.
Probes.
Yeah, it might have to do with probing.
Lots of probes.
Did you guys see me? I made it on the news.
Yeah.
I was the guy that ran.
He was the one doing the Naruto run.
Yeah. And so we actually have a guest today.
Yeah, we have a very special guest. You guys could catch him on the Josh and Misty channel on YouTube, doing openings for Pokemon card packs. We have Josh.
Hello.
As we call him, Mr. Llama.
Mr. Llama.
AKA
I'm glad to be here.
Mr. Llama, a.k.a. Pull Out Slowly. Your favorite card, you know?
Yeah.
Want to get that cleared, you know?
Hey, so I have to ask right off the back,
Uh-huh.
where did the name Mr. Llama come from?
Okay. That's a long sexual innuendo story, which I won't get
So
into.
we have to ask his wife. She knows the full story.
Yeah, when you
Okay.
get the wife onto the podcast, too,
Okay.
then I'll ask permission to give it away. But we have been using Mr. and Mrs. Llama for like ever for our channel. I mean, for everything, for gaming and all that. So, if you don't know, fun fact that me and Misty have been together going 15 years.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
I am. I'm not revealing that. You already got my face.
He's
My
younger than
age.
we are. He's younger than we are.
I'm
So
like
since they were
15
5.
years. Yeah, he's clearly...
Yeah, we're high school sweethearts. So.
Okay. Yeah, he's clearly 43, so yeah, the age says it all. But yeah, man, me and Professor M have been getting into the Hidden Fates pack a lot lately.
A little too hard.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah,
us
you
more than
have.
the other.
Hey, no, all three of you. Don't say one more. All three of you.
That's why I didn't
Hey,
say
to be
Kong.
fair, I had this addiction
Yeah,
before Hidden
see,
Fates. Yeah,
He's been on
so.
it.
I
She's got
really
you guys more
wanted.
addicted.
I really wanted some shiny full art stuff, and I recently I've been getting into I like the full art. They look pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then when I saw that there were shiny ones, I was like, down. And then bam, sold out everywhere. So it took a while for me to get my first pack. I waited. I didn't go on eBay. I was patient. First box was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you killed it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did
you
really good
killed
on the
it.
first one.
You can catch the first box on Mr. Llama's channel on the Josh and Misty, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
Josh
Yeah.
and Misty.
So how much did you guys spend on those boxes
Oh,
each?
damn.
Like, wait, how much is one box like at the store before like eBay like all that
Are you
upsell?
talking
Like how
about
much is it?
the Elite
regular
Trainer
price
box?
The regular price, yeah.
For the Elite Trainer
Yeah.
box, it's supposed to be $49.99.
No, I believe these are 55.
Oh, okay.
For Elite
Really?
Trainer boxes,
Okay.
Yeah.
I got lucky then.
Yeah, it
I
gets
got mine at the flea
expensive.
market for $45.
Yeah, that's
got
why I
real
was like,
lucky,
you
yeah.
killed it. You got
Yeah.
a discount. You normally an Elite Trainer box is 40, but this one comes with 2 extra packs, and since it's rare,
wow.
marketing.
And,
Yeah.
and how much have you guys spent so far? Each person, I want to get rough estimate. How much you
No
spent
comment.
So far?
Okay, so real talk. I've bought one Elite Trainer box. I got it $45 at the flea market. As of now, I have 3 Ultra Balls. Those are about 50 each. I have 2 more pre-ordered, already shipped, to be here next Wednesday. That was another $100 right there, so that's almost $300. And I ordered the premium one, which is $100, which is going to come out next month. So
Wait.
I'm 400 in right now.
But didn't you also buy a Unified Minds box too?
Yeah, and
There
I
you
feel
go.
like I don't want to, I don't want to say they tampered with it because it was like sealed and everything. But I only got 6 GX out of 36 packs.
Yeah, you got boned.
Yeah, man.
You don't want to spend more money.
Beware of boners.
I intend to. I actually plan on buying another box today.
Oh,
This
what-
time I'm gonna buy it from one of our actual stores. The other one I got off eBay, and 36 packs, six hollows or whatever, the good ones. I'm kind of like, eh.
Yeah. First thing that I wanted from that one was the Mewtwo and the Mew pins. Well, mostly the Mewtwo pin.
Mm-hmm.
So I
And-
spent $28 for that one, even though normally it's like $12.99. I bought one of those, and I got a solid pull off of that one. I got the
Cynthia, right?
no. For that one, I got the
That was a separate.
Lucario, shiny Lucario.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's
that's
pretty
so
cool.
good.
Yeah. And
Interestingly enough, I like the non-full art version better.
really?
Yeah, because
Nah.
you're doing like the Aura Sphere.
Nah.
Mine's worth less than yours, but I like it more.
And then I did 2 of the tins. So I did the Charizard and the Raichu. No, I did 3 because I also did the Gyarados.
Yeah, you did 3.
Yeah, I did 3.
And you gave the tins to my nephews, which they really appreciated.
Yeah, and then one of those had the Cynthia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Super
And
cool.
then
What's the
I-
price though? Price tags. Come on.
So for those, I got them at regular price, $19.99, I believe.
Yeah,
From
20
GameStop,
bucks.
right?
Yeah.
How many packs does those have?
Four.
Those, yeah, 4.
That's actually
Yeah, that's how
really
you can.
good price.
That's how you could judge if you're like
Yeah.
being ripped off or not. You do with this specialty set. We do $5 a pack. So
Okay.
if there's 10 packs in there, $50, you know, and then they'll tack on another $5 for all the other crap that's in it, dice,
Yeah.
plastic junk, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Why is Hidden Fates like so sought after right now?
It's that Charizard.
Is
It's
that
the
Charizard?
Charizard, yeah.
Shiny-
It's like
shiny
they
Charizard.
were selling right off the bat, ungraded, like $800.
They
Oh,
were.
I-
No, they were.
Yeah,
And the
I
price
don't know
is
how much
dipped.
they are
It's
now. They're
dipped a
still
lot.
probably going for a little bit. And then, I mean, if you get a PSA 10 Charizard, like you're
Oh,
looking
you're
at a
set.
couple grand.
Well, I
you know
see
what I
one
mean?
for like $80 on eBay. They're like a couple for 80 to 100.
Probably like it might have. Was it a shiny one?
Yeah, shiny Charizard.
The lowest one I saw was $300.
Well, that was when it came out. No, I was checking.
Oh,
the
when
other
it
day.
came out, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about right now. Right now.
It depends. Like with the card thing, you
It's a
have to
fake.
get it graded. It's just like the comic books
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I know you guys said comic grading's a thing too, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure
Oh, I can
there's
show
a
you some
price
stuff.
difference
Yeah.
between ungraded and a graded comic book.
Yeah, and then with the comics gets more complicated. How many signatures do you have?
Okay, so I understand grading a card. Like you could still look at it.
Yeah.
Once you grade a comic book,
You can't
doesn't
open
that
it.
defeat the purpose? Like you can no longer read
You
a
can
comic.
no longer
You,
read
you
it.
could open it still, but it's no like.
The value's
Yeah.
gonna go down for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could always like either buy it online, you know, or you could like the comic itself, like a digital version of it. You just won't have it in your hands, you know.
Okay, I see. So there's just one you have put away, and then you're like you read
Pretty
the
much.
actual comic somewhere else. Okay, yeah,
It's just to
yeah.
preserve it,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to shit on it. I was
No,
just
no,
like,
no.
wait a minute.
Well,
hold
that
on.
and it does add value to it. So
Yeah.
I have some that I wanted to preserve, and then if I sell them one day, cool. If not, I like that I have like a pretty good condition
Yeah,
one.
It's for you, you know. More
Yeah.
than anything. Yeah. But yeah, are they sought after because like because it's not necessarily like the first like pack that they introduced shinies into, right?
No, they had a set not too long ago.
Shining Legends.
Yes, Shining Legends that had shinies in it. I got a shiny Jirachi and Ho-Ho from it. It was
okay.
They didn't come in a full art version though, so this is like the first time
Oh.
full art
Mhm.
version's been. The other thing was they kind of restricted the amount. So
Okay.
whenever you do that, then people automatically are like, "Oh, I got to get that." You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Yeah, like you can't buy a booster box.
I know Japan, they were only allowed like 10 packs each or something like that.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sure there's like plenty of ways to get around it. I'm sure like people made like other accounts and stuff
Mhm.
like that, ordered online. But even here, I mean, you guys seen the shortage. There's going to be a
Mhm.
shortage
Yeah.
of those
Oh, yeah.
cards. It's not like Unified Minds where you walk into Walmart and just find it,
Fine.
you know?
Yeah,
You have to get lucky. So I think that's why, you know, they're so sought after right now. I'm sure it'll die down.
Mhm.
You know, every pack and
Mhm.
set does.
Do you know if they're planning on releasing like the booster packs, like the,
Oh, like a box.
Yeah, the booster. Box?
No, they won't. They've
Okay.
only did that with the last set they did, Shining Legends. Also, they
Mhm.
didn't have any booster packs. You can
Oh.
only buy them in those bigger specialties. Pretty much, they want to suck $20
Yeah.
out of you.
Yeah.
They're not
You know
gonna
what
sell
I
you
mean?
a pack or like a
Smart.
booster. They're gonna sell you
Yeah.
the
So that's
Collections.
why with Hidden Fates, I say $5 a pack. Normally, let's say hidden Unified Minds, Burning Shadows, stuff like that, $4 a pack.
Mhm.
So if you're gonna buy a box that you see at Walmart on clearance, you base it $4.
hell
a
yeah.
pack.
Or Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
That sale you told us about was legit.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sale is legit. I always look out for those sales. Yeah, back to the original question too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how many? Okay, let's see. I did 10 tins probably.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's $200 right there.
Yeah, the tin sets, I think we did six
Okay.
of those.
Stock price.
Yeah.
Okay.
So straight
Okay.
from the store.
Damn, you
yeah,
got
I don't
lucky
have
then.
any kind of hookup. I got to go out and grind for them myself. I
Yeah.
wish I had a guy on the inside.
Yeah.
Hit me up, please. And then we did the only one Ultra Ball.
Mhm.
I'm going to look for the Gray Ball. I think I'm going to start dwindling down. And I did 4 Elite Trainer boxes so far.
Okay.
So not too ham. I know I got a lot more content than that, but that's from friends coming opening them up.
Yeah. But so you're getting content out of it, and you're getting views, and
Yeah.
definitely worth it.
It's not. It's
Yeah. Yeah, I've been on there twice, not 3 times now. So we
Yeah.
did Elite Trainer box opening, the Unified Minds booster box,
yeah.
and we did Ultra Ball yesterday, which will be coming out hopefully sometime around the same, this is one.
Yeah.
It's fun. That's what it's mostly for. The Pokemon cards are, cool to have and stuff like that, but I really like the editing of it, the having a video of, this is us hanging out at one point. It's fun. And
I like
then,
your format.
Yeah, the little format. It's
Like a
fun.
little game.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of years just watching people do it on YouTube, and I was just like, what? I just need to make the jump and do it myself. I have ideas. I want to be creative, so let's do it.
So Kong, are we addicts? Do we have a problem?
Yeah, you guys.
Should we be stopped? Do we need to be shot?
Why would I stop you guys? You guys.
There's no stopping me.
I'm not the guy who's gonna stop you. I'm gonna encourage you. You know that already. You got an addiction. I'm gonna support
Well,
you.
so I'm gonna say
I'm not
though,
gonna give you
for
money,
as much
but-
money as I spent, I'm rent still paid on time.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah,
paying the
yeah,
bill.
yeah.
So
I'm responsible. I'm definitely responsible. I know it doesn't look like it because I'm
Yeah.
full of tattoos and I have long hair. And I open Pokemon cards.
I mean, it could be worse. We could actually be spending that money on like drugs, like stuff
know-
that we don't need.
that actually reminds me. So when I was a kid, my mom would always be like, "You spend all your money on cards. You're always playing Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and
I would
it's,
do drugs.
yeah." I'm like, "Do you want me to do meth? Do you want me to do crack? Like, you want me to smoke weed? Like, is this not okay?
Is
I
that
can,
the adult thing to do?
yeah, like I can resell these at some point, maybe make some money or get something back. So
Yeah. So speaking
Is that a
on
valid argument?
So speaking on that, there was an article that came up. It goes back like during the early days of Judge Judy. These two friends, he took one to court because one of the guy stole like his ultra rare Yu-Gi-Oh card. They were on an episode of Judge Judy. She didn't know what to make of it.
What a snitch.
she was like, "What is this?"
He goes, "Yeah, I had these rare cards. My friend came over, and when he left, I couldn't find them no more."
Nah,
It's like,
you don't handle
gotta
it
be
on
him.
Judge Judy. You handle that in the
Man.
streets, dude.
Yeah.
You handle that in the streets.
No, but I think technically anything that's valued $200 and above, if you caught stealing it, it's a felony. So even if it is Yu-Gi-Oh cards, whatever it happens to be, because this came up a lot, like in the I think 90s with like baseball cards.
All right, well, that Cynthia's safe then. Can't
So hey,
take that
yeah,
one.
jacking him for that Cynthia is not a felony, guys.
Yeah,
Unless
no,
the value goes down, then
not trying to catch a felony.
No, but yeah, it was weird because Kong and I, before Pokemon Go started, like our
Yeah.
Sunday consisted of going to the antique mall, buying Pokemon cards, and then going to like the anime shop, and then just like talking to like the owner Jaime. So I hadn't collected Pokemon cards in years, right?
Yeah.
So what had happened was, the cards back then, if you got like a foiled one, it was like gonna be something, something crazy. So then when I opened my first pack and I got a foiled like Caterpie or something, I was like, "Yo, Pokemon's messing up, dude!" Like the Pokemon company.
You're like, this used to mean something.
Yeah, like, yo, I think they.
And
messed up on the-
what set is this at this
I don't
point?
remember, dude. This was like a long time ago because I had stopped for years, like,
Yeah.
because I couldn't afford them, dude.
we started Ancient Origins. I remember because one of our coworkers, he bought a couple at the GameStop next door. He brought, hey, look what I got, dude. I got like a GX Dragonite and like something else. I was like, oh shit, what pack's that from? Oh, it's from the new pack Ancient Origins. So we went crazy in that one.
we did.
We bought a lot.
Yeah, we did a couple. We did Ancient Origins. At one point, we did like XY.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roaring Skies.
Yeah.
So I
Bunch of
have a proposition.
What's up?
Why are we buying packs for? We should just start buying boxes together.
That's what I do a lot too. Like me and Garrett will go in 50-50, but it breaks up friendships. It'll really make
I can
you
I can see
resent
that.
that because
see
it's
that.
like, oh, okay, we'll go half
Which
on a
one's yours?
booster
Yeah.
box for $100, 50-50, and then I'll be humble or gracious and be like, all right, you split it up, pick what side you
Yeah.
want. Then he pulls like a gold card, and I'm walking away with jack shit, and I'm like, all right, dude, never again, not happening.
You know what? You're right. We'll just stick to our own stuff. Do our own thing.
I mean, to each his own.
Yeah, because, like I said, I still have 2 Ultra Balls coming in, and there's already somebody hit me up saying, like, hey, if you don't want it, because I did mention, like, hey, maybe I'm too ham on this. I'll take one off of you, and I'm like, dude, if you get, like, a Charizard or, like, a Cynthia, I have to murder you now. Like, like you bought it fair and square, but, like, yeah, friendship's over, man. Like, no.
Yeah, by Pokemon law, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have way too many cards. I just have too many cards.
Yeah, but hey, man, you're building your YouTube channel out of it really good.
Yeah,
so.
doing great.
Yeah.
We just hit 100 subscribers not too
Oh, wow.
long ago. We're already hitting 150.
Oh, wow.
Hopefully get some more off of this,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
What do we got, 12?
We got a solid 22, guys.
Oh, sweet. That's 10 more than last time.
Yeah.
6 of those are Jose's account. you know.
It's a slow grind.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, we just hit a year. We just hit a year on
Okay.
YouTube. So 120 in a year, that doesn't
Not bad.
sound impressive, I guess.
It's-
I don't know
it's
what
good.
the average is, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Like, even if I don't have those 120 people, I'm still going to make videos.
Yeah.
Because the other reason why we started making videos is we got ripped off. Like,
Okay.
we went to Walmart, opened up a pack, it's like resealed, you know what I mean?
Oh.
There's like no chance. If there's money in something, there's somebody
Somebody.
stealing it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So I think that set that we got ripped off had a Charizard in it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So if there's a Charizard in it, there's somebody over there resealing them, selling those ones on eBay.
So, interestingly enough, I'm not a big Charizard fan. So, let's go a round
pull it,
robin.
let me have it.
Who's our, like, top 6?
Mine?
Yeah, top 6.
so
One
I-
shiny.
Wait, from the original series or just everything?
Everything. Top 6.
I'll go. I like shiny Charizard because
Basic.
all this
Lame.
because it's dark. Like it's like a darker color, and that automatically makes it more badass.
He was originally purple.
Really?
Did you ever see that? Yeah, he was
Really?
originally purple and green, like Barney.
What the
That
fuck?
sounds
Bro,
terrible.
Yeah, put a picture up of
That's
the
hilarious.
original shiny Charizard.
Blizzard
Barney.
on.
Yeah, they had to change that one.
Somebody stepped in. Wait.
They're like, wait.
That doesn't look right.
Yeah, they're
Thank God.
The one guy. Is
They're like, this is a kid's show, but come on, guys.
like
Come
it's
on.
bad enough it's not a dragon. Let's not
Yeah.
make him Barney on
gotta
top
make-
of it.
Yeah,
All right,
you
so
gotta make 'em
shiny
a little bit-
Charizard.
That one I like. Shiny Scizor.
Oh, okay, yeah, that
I
one's
like
sick.
that one. I like shiny Metagross. Right?
Yeah, not Melmetal.
God damn it.
No,
Wait.
Metagross. No, you said it
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You said it right.
Because I kept saying Melmetal.
You earlier you're saying Melmetal, and I'm like, dude,
Some
you mean
shit like
Metagross?
that.
And you're like, yeah, Melmetal.
I like Darkrai.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'll just stick to like Lugia and I don't know, random one.
It's
Man,
probably
you
like,
got a solid
I think
5.
you already said like, okay.
Oh yeah, well you were
Maybe.
saying our top 6 regular Pokemon or
I
shiny?
said shiny.
I said
but
pick
then-
one shiny, but he went
Yeah, you
loose
did
cannon.
go ham.
Sorry, man.
That's fine. No, do you?
Yeah.
Do you, man?
Whatever.
He's
Okay, forget me.
He
Forget
likes
me.
top tier. He goes
Yeah.
for 10s. You know what I mean?
He's
not
like,
about
most of
5
them
or
are
6s,
legends, and
you
they're
know?
all shiny.
I like the good stuff. Fuck shit. All right. What about? Do you want to go, Kong?
Mewtwo, Armor Mewtwo,
I knew this was coming.
Defense Mewtwo, Mewtwo X, Mewtwo Y,
Shiny
and
Mewtwo.
Pink Butterfree from the original anime.
Hey, Pink Butterfree's
Yeah,
sick.
dude, yeah.
That one, when that first Butterfree just goes away, he's like, oh, he's gonna go have sex and die.
When I found out that wasn't like an actual shiny, I was like so
How's that not
devastated.
a shi- why
The
did they
actual
make it?
shiny is like the lamest thing ever.
No, it's not. Green
Yes,
Eyes
it
is
is, dude.
sick. Dude.
No.
Metapod looks nice.
Metapod
Yeah.
looks sick. Caterpie is sick.
Yeah.
Butterfree's trash.
No, Green Eyes. I'm a sucker for green. I like green.
Okay.
Green's sick, dude. All right, my top 6. Gang. Gengar for sure. Mimikyu, which is a newer one, but I like the whole. It's a horrible thing
Yeah.
that's dressed up in the Pikachu costume. I thought that was sick.
That was pretty gnarly.
You know, when Mimikyu first came out, I thought they were gonna have one of those for like different types, like different Pokemon. But
Yeah.
when I found out it was just a Pikachu, I was kind of like, that's still cool.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
Pikachu's the mascot, right?
Yeah.
When your mom's yelling at you, it's Pikachu that she's going to say first out of all
Yeah.
Pokemon, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
She's not going to drop Charizard on your
Yeah,
ass. Yeah. So, I'm a ghost guy, but Gengar, Mimikyu, Dusknoir, I like a lot. Chandelure, I like. Oh God, I sent you this list the other day.
Shiny
too.
Trevenant.
Yeah, I love Trevenant. Yeah, that's probably my favorite shiny.
I gotta show you. I actually drew one just ink, no lines. I just drew it from straight. Just I was copying a picture basically.
Yeah,
It actually came out pretty sick.
that's sick, dude. Yeah, I can't wait to see that. And then one last one, shiny Butterfree. The original.
Because we were just like crapping on it.
I think that one's great. No, my last one. I don't know. That's a hard.
Yeah, man. Having your own team just
Yeah, you think the Pokemon nerd, the biggest one here, would know 6 off the top of his head.
Yeah.
It's hard to decide because I feel like they
Shiny
change.
made it
Yeah,
They probably change all the time.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for Guadavar. Guadavar, that shiny's sick. I like the
Sounds
on
pretty
that
cool.
one. It's clean.
Yeah.
All right, so mine, Umbreon's always been my favorite, and when I saw the shiny version of, I was like, you can't,
Said Espeon.
the shiny version is just like it's blue instead of like the yellow or like goldish, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's cooler.
Yeah.
I also for whatever reason like Mega Sableye. I Mega Sableye a lot.
Sick.
Let's see what else.
That green shield, that green gem,
Yeah.
that's so dope.
And see now at this point I'm kind of just pulling out things out of my head because I really like Dialga. Dialga's really cool. Steel dragon type.
Yeah.
I'm probably one of the only people who actually likes Yveltal. Yveltal just looks pretty sick.
Yeah, you name dropped that one on me yesterday, and I was like, dude, I didn't know Yveltal had a fan club. That's
I think
sick.
what it is I saw I was at a con, and I
Yeah.
saw someone did artwork of it where basically there's a trainer. It's in the middle of a ravine, and it kind of has like Yveltal just like floating there, kind of in the darkness. And I just thought that was so sick. So after that, I've been a fan. So that person's artwork basically I'm like, you know
I
what?
don't really know
Yveltal
his
looks pretty cool.
backstory too much, like what's going on with Yveltal.
I don't either.
I think it was for X and Y. It was Death and Rebirth. Yveltal was the death one, whereas
Xerneas
was the rebirth one.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
deer and
Oh,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
but shiny Yveltal looks like bacon. It's terrible. Like the worst thing ever. It's like just white and like red. It's like the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Speaking of Xerneas, I think Xerneas is pretty cool. So I actually have a not that we can see it on the camera, but I have a Xerneas up there. Looks like it's like doing some like Lion King thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, it is.
It's
How many is that?
it looks
4?
like it's from Pride Rock.
I've also always been a Tyranitar fan. Tyranitar is just super sick. And it's kind of like Charizard where you thought it was a dragon. Not a dragon, but it's still pretty cool. And still speaking of dragons, I like Salamence a lot. Salamence is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I hated its mega form though. I was like, dude, what the heck? I was like, it's missing
Oh,
all
it has
its
those
limbs.
like goofy.
Yeah, I'm like,
ass
its limbs are all
yeah.
gone. Like, it used to have like,
Yeah.
4 legs. Now it doesn't anymore. What's going on? Like a
Yeah.
spaceship.
That's crazy.
Then did you finish your list already?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't think we were actually counting as we went, so
Yeah.
maybe some of us said a few more.
Just
Some
name
of us said a
dropping
few less.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Kind of is what it is.
Did you guys see the new Galar form of like Ponyta that just came out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just saw
Do you
it
know how
before
they
this.
like dropped that? They did a 24-hour live stream. Pokemon did, and it's just like one image, and it's a
That
forest.
was it?
It's not an image; it's a video. It's just a forest, and like literally 23 hours and
Nothing, right?
59 minutes of that is nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, and it's like.
There's probably somebody who's watching all
There,
nothing,
yeah,
too.
no, there definitely is. I've seen it all over Reddit, but yeah, like every time the pony would run by, like there's another new Pokemon that I'm guessing like a trickster or a prankster.
Oh, okay.
He'd walk right in front of the camera,
Uh-huh.
and like where you couldn't see it. So like most of the pictures out there of the Ponyta or Ponyta or however you pronounce it is
Yeah.
like sliced images of like that
Oh,
frame.
okay. Yeah.
But it looks sick.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
I just looked
excited.
at it again on my phone.
Mhm.
I get mad My Little Pony vibes off of it.
They have like a mythic Pokemon that is just like a clear rip off of.
True.
Yeah, I forget what
Keldeo?
Yeah, Keldeo.
Keldeo.
It's in this gen.
This new
Right.
gen coming out.
Is it this one or X? No, is this black and white?
Which one?
The
Keldeo?
one with the yeah, that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, as big as a Pokemon fan that I am, beyond I believe Gen 5, actually even Gen 5, I started getting a little fuzzy on some of them. I don't know all the Pokemon.
No.
Oh, that's
So-
because Vagina came into your life, right? You're like, I'm done with Pokemon. Girls is the new thing.
That was
now.
like 2 years ago.
No, but before Galar, there's 107 Pokemon. No, 807 Pokemon. Sorry, 807 Pokemon.
Jesus.
Like, every once in a while for a drawing activity, what I'll do is I'll just click on a random number generator, and whatever pops up, I draw it. But there's so many options.
There's a thing on Reddit I like to. They do a lot. They'll combine two random Pokemon. They'll just
fuse
combine
ones?
them.
Yeah.
Those are super cool.
Yeah, they turn out. There's some that are really nice, and then there's some that are real horrible. Like
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
Mime and Sharpedo. They named it Mr. Pedo. Like, it's creepy.
That's a terrible name.
That's a good porn name.
No, that is not a good porn name.
I've seen
That is a good way to get on the FBI watch list.
Real quick too, with the quickness.
And Megan's Law.
I've seen a lot of fusions where like it's Lucario and something else.
Yeah.
Like there was ones like Lucario and like Marowak or Cubone. So it's like it looks pretty cool. He has like a skull on his face and stuff. There's like ones with one of my favorite ones that I saw. They combined Blastoise and like Magnezone and it just looks like sick. It's just like basically like a metal Blastoise almost.
So how do you feel about them changing like your childhood Kanto into different forms, like Aloha and Marowak? I guess that's a bad example because you
cool
have to
looking.
kind of like
Yeah,
Aloha and
it's kinda
Marowak,
cool.
right?
Oh, absolutely.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Looks better than
It
the
depends.
original.
If they can make it badass looking, obviously they're gonna get away
Yeah.
with it. But if it's kind of shitty, like
Like the Golem?
Meowth,
The Golem with the mustache?
yeah,
That's the Galar one, but
it's-
yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Galar.
Yeah. it is.
No, well,
No, that's
well,
Aloha.
there's different forms in
Even the
general.
Aloha forms.
Talk about different forms in general
Yeah.
though.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Meowth, like
Same.
the Alolan one.
That's probably the
Game
lamest
Meowth.
one.
That one's awesome. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, and then the Persian looks like a rip off
think,
like Garfield. So
I think one way to get into it is you have to, because like if you just look at it, you're like, okay, that's goofy looking.
Yeah.
But like if you look at the reason why they changed it, let's say it's like a cultural thing or like, you know,
It's French
this
now, right?
is
It's
what
supposed
the
to be-
theme is now. I don't know about the Meowth, but like, okay, like the wheezing on that end. You
I
know?
like it.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the old wheezing coughing you grew up with, right? This
Mhm.
one, you first look at it, you're like, okay, that's goofy. It has like a 10-foot hat, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's all supposed to be in, you know, England and stuff. Like that's
Mhm.
the region it came from, and he's supposed to be like kind of like what are those called? Chimney sweepers, you know?
Yeah.
The air
Yeah.
pollution
Like old
there's
school.
Bad, so.
Yeah. So if you get like the little bit of the story behind it, it might explain what's going on with it. You know, I think that's a lot of Pokemon too. Like not even a different alternative form of a Pokemon, just a Pokemon in general.
yeah,
You know, it's like if you just looked at Mimikyu, you're like, what's with the
That one-
autistic
yeah.
Pikachu? You know what I mean?
Autistic
But
Pikachu.
then
There's
you
one in
read
every
the
gen.
story, and then you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. You know,
That's-
so.
that's hilarious.
So might not be popular, but I actually like the Alolan Grimer and Muck. I think they're really cool.
I do too.
They're like it's just weird, man. But I like it.
Like the little rainbow kind of color that
Mhm.
it has. Yeah. It's
I also the sand slash looks really cool.
Mhm.
It just looks really cool, and it's like ice metal. Like that's the weird typing, you know.
Yeah.
Super weak to like fighting, but it's just like super cool.
Yeah. The Executor, Alolan Executor.
Okay, yeah, that one's like
Can't even see
Okay,
the
so
head.
it's what?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a palm tree?
yeah.
Okay.
So I get it.
Oh yeah, it's a
I get it.
Aloha in Hawaii.
I
palm
still don't like
tree.
it.
Yeah.
And it's a dragon, like all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I think it's funny in Pokemon Go where like you try to catch one or whatever, like it smacks you with its head, like actually comes like down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was dope.
And you can't not like the Ninetales and the
Oh yeah, the Ninetales looks nice.
Yeah.
it's super sick.
Yeah.
Even the Sand Slash
Ninetales
looks
is
a little
clean.
bit better, kind of. It looks like it's turning Super Saiyan in a way.
Okay, the Doug trio
The Doug
with the hair.
No, it's
Not the-
fabulous, dude.
that's-
It's rocking my hair, bro. I love it. I love
can't.
it. I got a
I can't.
hundo of those too. I got
Okay.
100% Doug
No, I
Trio,
can't with
bro.
that
I'm
one. I
jealous,
don't know where
yeah.
the idea came from. It just reminds me. I think I saw like a He-Man thing.
I don't think the story's gonna make that one.
Yeah.
That one's kind of hard.
Yeah.
So what would so on that same topic, is there a certain Pokemon in like the first generation that you think like okay they haven't done anything with it since that they should? So I know they're doing Surfetch'd, right? That one looks cool. That one looks cool.
Yeah, that one's sick.
So what's another Pokemon they haven't done
They
anything
gotta do
with?
a Mrs. Mime. They
Okay,
have to do that.
that's Jinx.
Oh, yeah. Not bad.
Blackface
Yeah,
Jinx.
I know, right?
Oh my god.
Give me back blackface.
Maybe,
So you don't-
maybe
No.
give Genghis Khan more backstory, see what's going on with the baby.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
it's
they gave it a
Megaform,
mega, yeah.
Has a mega form?
Yeah, as a
Yeah,
mega
it has a
form.
mega, and the
The baby comes out.
out.
Yeah, the baby
Oh
comes
my
out and
God.
fights too.
I just never
It
used it.
does
Never
double the
mind.
attack.
It's on Mega. Surprise, bitch! I'm not pregnant anymore. Like, I'm out. I'm free.
Maybe do,
So the Pokemon that I'm thinking of, they haven't really done anything with is Tauros. Doesn't have a pre-evolution, no mega evolution, no secondary evolution.
Before I got back into Pokemon, there was Buffalant, which is like the
Yeah.
big Afro.
Yeah,
bull, and
that
I
was
was
pretty
like,
cool.
oh, cool, Tauros evolved. Like, like, I didn't know.
That would have been better if it was.
Yeah,
evolution
Tauros
for
would be
sure.
cool. I mean, especially he's like a normal, boring Pokemon too. He's just a bull. You know what I mean?
Does Dragonite have a mega evolution?
No, because then its
think
stone
so.
would be Dragonite Knight.
Dragonite Knight.
which
True.
I love saying that, Dragonite Knight.
Dragonite Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
You ready to go Dragonite Knight?
Dragonite Knight.
Nah, dude. Tauros is cool, but come on, Lapras.
Yeah.
Lapras?
Oh, they haven't done anything with Lapras.
Yeah, they gotta
I've
do
seen-
something.
I've seen really cool art of like pre-evolutions that it
Yeah.
just looks like adorable as hell. So I'm like, let us have that.
Don't give me a baby. Don't give me a baby Lapras. You know what I mean?
So what are the purpose of the babies, you think? Just to give them like in the games, I know that if you have that baby or whatever, you hatch that baby, you get like a certain move. Other than that, like what's the point, right?
Marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exact my answer.
Yeah.
Marketing.
They're
some more
super-
toys. You sell more toys
Exactly.
and
Well,
shit.
Kids.
Well,
plushes.
Pikachu was cute enough as it is, and then you see Pichu,
Our
and you're like, dude,
demographic
this is
was-
adorable.
Yeah.
Mostly boys. How do we get the girls? Babies.
It's like, all right, we're catering to like 25 to 30 to like 46-year-olds. Now we got to do stick back little kids.
Well,
That's
Chance-
the sad truth.
Chansey's actually like a really like cute Pokemon. You ever think about it? Like it has
Yeah.
a little tail in the back and like it's kind of big and fluffy.
And then had Peony's pretty
Clefairy,
cool.
yeah.
And then
But-
Blissey. Wait,
Yeah.
oh, it's Clefairy?
No, Clefairy's pretty good. Like
Oh, I thought they
Pretty
talked about
cutesy.
Chansey, sorry.
yeah, like for the original series.
Oh, you're saying for like that female demographic?
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think there was some there. I don't know why the babies are a thing. I don't
I think you guys are
dislike them.
right. Marketing.
Yeah.
I think you're
It
right.
has to be marketing. It's the only thing that
And
makes
I
sense.
know most of those got introduced in like Gen 4. Like
Mhm.
most of Gen 4 is just like a remake gen of the last 3 gens.
And then
you
they
know what I
evolved
mean?
certain Pokemon, like the
Yeah.
Buzzgotle evolution. I thought Magmortar and Electivire were really cool.
Yeah,
Shit.
see exactly.
Tangrowth, I don't like. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm
Big
like, eh.
spaghetti mama.
What's that Lickitung one?
Sir.
Oh,
Licky?
Licky.
Licky. There you go.
For some reason, I thought that was like a pre-evolution.
That one didn't make sense to me. Like I'm just.
He's a pervert, but he has a higher status.
He's classier.
Yeah,
That
he's a
one should have been
classier
Geller. That one should have been Geller. That should have been the
Maybe-
Geller version
maybe
of
he
it.
might be there
I
as one of the
don't
mayors
like
in
that
town.
thing either. I'm like, we could throw that one in the fire. Like that one's ridiculous.
Are you guys pre-ordering the game? The Sword and Shield?
Oh no, I think I'm done with Pokemon. Like, yeah,
I can't.
definitely.
I can't.
Definitely.
I can't get back into the games.
I
I bought the Ultra Sun, I think,
Uh-huh.
and it's just not for me anymore.
So many
I-
cutscenes. That's why.
Yeah, and I like battling, but like I don't care about the story anymore.
I'm gonna keep it playing just because I've been playing every single game leading up to it, so
Yeah.
I got to keep it going, dude. Up until I'm like 50.
I think I
60.
agree with you. I did skip a couple generations of the games, and then when I got back into it, I was like, whoa, there's
Makes
a
it
lot
hard.
more going
Yeah.
on now. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? I got to pet these stupid things now. But, like,
Yeah.
I am definitely going to get this one. Like, you know, jumping back into Pokemon. We jumped back into it like 2 years ago, probably. You know, and then I've always been a huge Pokemon fan, but, you know, like he said, I was core.
Yeah,
So-
I think before I started hanging out with Jose and Kong again, like
Yeah.
I was still into Pokemon, but like they kind of got me back into the cards a little bit, but not as much. This
Yeah.
Hidden Fates thing really got me back into it.
No, you say we did that shit.
Hey man,
You don't see
hey,
me going
I
crazy
went
about
I
cards.
went to the antique mall with you guys a couple
Yeah,
times.
And you would give us a hard time. Too.
I
You're
would.
Like, you guys are addicts. You're like the
I
worst
would.
one of them all right now.
Hey, so what I do is like I'll be like hardcore for a little bit, and then like after this Hidden Fates thing, like I don't really care about the next box.
Dude, once you zone in on something, you fucking go hard on that thing. Dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do, dude.
Like, go straight into that one thing.
I should
It's-
send you some screenshots because he was like, "Hey, I'm getting this," and I was like, "Hey, you need to be careful." Like, I was like, "I know we're relatively new friends, but I was like, you need to calm it down just a little bit."
No, it's true. Like when I first got into art, like I bought like I think I invested like $600 in the Copics.
I'm telling you, dude.
This was like 3 years ago, mind you. I'm barely starting to actually use them now. So like they kind of just sat there for a couple years.
Yeah,
They're almost to perfection.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I wish I could do that instead of being like okay at like a couple of things. I wish I could just zone in into one thing and be like really good at that one thing.
And my art skills have actually improved. Like I can knock
was-
pictures out like nothing now.
I was kind of the same way. I was like zoned in on video games, and then like I stopped playing them as much, and like I was like I want to hone in on one thing, and that's kind of when we started the Pokemon Discord. I didn't think Pokemon was going to be the thing that we zoned in on.
Yeah.
That's where it all started. The cards was because of the Discord, because of Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Which it was all interesting. It's weird how it all laid out because we played hardcore when the game first came out, Pokemon Go, but dropped off like everybody did after the first like
Got
few
boring.
months because
Got
the game
really
is
boring.
horrible.
Yeah.
The game is still horrible.
I like it more now because of PvP and like they
Yeah.
actually have better events now. There was no events in the beginning.
Yeah, no events in the
And then like
beginning.
certain Pokemon that you can't get most of the time, they have events for it now, so you can actually catch them and stuff. So
I feel like that's most of the gaming industry nowadays. Is like they rush this product out and it's like half done. You know what I mean? It sucks.
Have to
Look at did you guys see like No Man's Sky? I heard now it's an amazing game. But like when it first dropped, after years of anticipation, it was like
Just terrible.
Garbage.
Yeah, dog shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had some more Pokemon related questions, but they're gone. Like I just had them. Like when I asked the Kanto thing, like I was really trying to think, who's left that they haven't touched. So we talked about Lapras and Tauros. I had a couple other questions, but they're gone right now.
How do you? What made you like want to start the Discord? Had you like done a Discord channel beforehand? Or
No,
was this your first one?
I ran. No, yeah. When I dove into Discord, this was like my first go. Like I had no idea what Discord. I only discovered Discord because of Pokemon Go, and the reason I wanted to make it is just I enjoyed everybody I was playing with, and a lot of complaining about the old Discord. Like every time I showed up to a raid, they were just complaining about the old Discord. So I was like, for me, like if I want something to change, I'll just change it. You know what I mean? Like if I don't want that can there anymore, I'll put it over here. You know?
No,
what I
we
mean?
need
It's
more of
not-
that attitude in the world. Where like if you didn't like something, you're gonna fix it.
Yeah, exactly, and that's I'll do that. Even like even with the real life consequences. If I don't like my job, gone. You know what I mean? I'll just quit it.
Find a new
Like,
one. Yeah.
I'll move on to the next thing, or I'll change whatever I want. So that's why I ended up making the Discord. I like the people I was raiding with. Everybody seems like super interesting. I was like, this is a great way to make friends. How do you make friends now as like an adult?
Yeah.
It's
Like you go to a
hard.
bar,
It's hard.
like everywhere you meet friends seems like a toxic environment to meet friends at as an adult. You go to a bar, it's like everybody's there to drown their sorrows. You know what I mean? It's like you don't want to make friends there, right? And I don't know. I was just like, let's just make it. Me and the wife were just like, let's go. Let's just start it. And then just
And
took
then
off. I don't know.
being a nerd, I feel like other nerds sometimes suck. Like when I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, man, some of these guys never shower, like wear deodorant. Like I don't want to be part of that crowd.
Yeah.
You know? So like
Yeah.
with nerd stuff, certain things, like we go to cons, we see it all the time or smell it all the time. People don't, have, the best habits. They're not very cleanly.
See, it's weird though too, because like everybody's a nerd in some way, right?
Absolutely.
Like, everybody has their own thing, and
should have something.
but
to
like
nerd
in this
out on.
Discord, just look on it. Like there's some weird nerds on top of it. Not smelly nerds. I'm talking about like important nerds. Like we have a legit doctor. Like we have a
You do.
DA.
We have a bunch
We
of
have a
doctors.
DA, yeah.
Yeah.
Bunch of doctors.
There's like
Literally,
cops. There's like real
Lawyers and stuff,
people,
too.
and they're
Yeah.
lawyers. Yeah, and it's funny because when there is a argument within the Discord community, these people are coming to me like, "Oh, you got to solve this," and it's like, "Bro, you're a fucking lawyer. Like,
you're like,
I don't
dude,
have to solve anything.
you
I'm just an asshole that opens Pokemon cards all day. Like, you're an actual person with an actual job." I
You're
was
like, dude, you're way more qualified to do this than us.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
that's a weird aspect of that job, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
but
like,
it's funny.
couple-
But yeah, back to the original point. It's like they are a nerd, and they're using that Pokemon Go as an escape to their real problems, which is incredible. You know what I mean?
As it should be. Like that's basically. It's always awesome when you can nerd out with something, to kind of distract you from everything else, whether if it's like music or playing video games, getting into like the community where there's like manga, going to conventions and stuff like that. That's always fun. And like especially when you go to conventions, I feel like you're kind of fitting into like this, like a bunch of, like
ecosystem of nerd.
Yeah.
You just reminded me of something. So I think I mentioned this on a previous podcast. When we went to Comic-Con, there was a dude that I met that was like super into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I think maybe he was gay. I didn't read that right.
That's exactly where my mind went to right now.
Well,
I'm super into like awesomely
like I like
buff
JoJo's
dudes.
Bizarre Adventure, but like some of it's getting pretty like out there, man.
Yeah.
Like I haven't watched the whole series yet, but in some future stuff, they're wearing some really weird stuff, man. I'm just like, is this dude's chest popping out of his shirt? Like what the hell? Like why is there like a hole in his shirt?
I need to start
He's
watching
kind of
that.
like me when I'm like, I think there's BL in this. I'm not. No, it can't be. Oh, they kiss. Okay, yeah, BL.
Well, there's mostly like dudes. There's like a couple of female characters who are like very minor, and they're like portrayed as like very weak and like fragile, whether it's mentally or physically.
Yeah.
There was one really cool character that was like some dude's mom, and she was hella strong.
Yeah.
But then they diminished her by like, kicking her ass. I'm just like, really though? She's like the strongest character in the freaking whole show.
Or they'll go like when I accidentally stumble across like BL anime. Accidentally, because it's always a fucking accident, dude.
It's always
You know-
an accident.
It's always
Jose.
Always, it happens every time.
Look, man, if this happens
Okay,
too much.
hold on, time out. What's
This
BL?
Boy love.
Oh, okay.
He's getting
Yeah,
it now.
that's
He's like,
awesome.
"Ah, shit." Yeah,
Okay, what's the most popular boy love anime?
I don't. That's the thing. I don't watch it. Like, so,
Yes, you do.
I thought you
Yes, you
stumbled
do.
upon it, though.
We just
Stumble-
established we did.
So there's certain anime that I'll think it's like, oh, there's a lot of cool action on this, and then next thing you know, it's like,
There's
wait,
a lot of
why are
sword
there-
fighting.
Like, why are there no girls in this? And the one girl that's there is like super masculine, and I'm like, nah, I can't do that. There's no way it could be that. You know?
Like, I feel like JoJo's might fall. I don't know if it's fall under boy love, but like there's like definitely some romances going on like a little bit.
Is that a term that you guys didn't coin that term, right?
That's an actual like manga.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's shonen.
There's like
for,
a topic.
Yeah.
There's like a just like a whole like genre of like BL and shit like that.
That's sick.
Yeah. so that's why it gets kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a good
Dicey.
anime, like,
Yeah.
why not?
But yeah, man, I'm telling you, dude, I'll accidentally stumble across upon it, and
Accidentally.
it's like, I don't know what my original point was, but
You
Yeah,
know why
I'm
it's
still a fan of
accidental? It's
JoJo's.
Google. You know what I mean? It's just like we see you keep searching for this, so we're gonna give you more.
gonna give you what you want.
If it
more
keeps happening,
homoerotic
that's a
material.
what
choice.
is your
Yeah.
best way for introducing yourself to BL and your best friends?
Your Google account needs to go to conversion therapy.
And no, but I'm still a fan of JoJo's. It is kind of like weird, but like, and it makes me like, it gives me body image issues because like everyone's like super yoked.
So, yeah.
Like every other episode is like another guy, and he's like super like just they're all the same height. They all have like muscles like
They're like
for
14,
days.
15.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
all-
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're all on the juice and shit, taking Mexican supplements.
I'm like nobody looks like that like on like an accident.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
Well,
if you're Han,
I mean,
Not an accident though. That's on purpose. He works out.
Yeah.
He works out.
we haven't been to Japan, so they might all look like that, you know, all fucking yoked and shit. So there might be something to it.
I'm planning on going sometime in the near future.
what, Jim?
To
Or
Japan.
Oh.
So Kong and I had originally decided we wanted to go in the summer of 2020 to Japan, but there's this thing called the Olympics, and we don't want to be, you know, we don't want to like, we want to be tourists there during like a big event, and like it's gonna be super
Yeah.
crowded.
It's already overcrowded.
Yeah,
as it
so
is. Yeah.
because we want to go to like the motherland of
You
you
guys
know,
will sponsor
anime
that.
nerds.
Nah. We're actually gonna have to blur that out.
I think it's been facing the other way. How are you guys into everything, by the way?
No life.
Yeah.
No life. No
Hey,
wife.
so these guys are way more into stuff than I am because like
But you get
I'm into
addicted
anime.
faster.
I get addicted faster, yes.
Yeah.
Like they'll tell me about a show, and like if I really like it, I'll binge it if I have to, you know.
Like every time I listen to the podcast, you guys are talking about every
Different things,
fucking
yeah.
subject. It's like manga, comics, movies. It's just like, holy shit, where do you guys find the time?
I'm
for
behind.
this,
I'm
dude?
super behind. I watch maybe an episode or two of anime a week.
Yeah.
I usually get like 5 comic books a week. I read 1 or 2 right now. Like
Yeah.
I'm super behind. But
Yeah.
these guys have a lot more time on their hands, so.
Nah, I'm behind on my comics right now too. Yeah, but yeah, man, we've been really busy with life too. That's why we haven't really been putting out stuff, because we've all kind of been going to school. I'm taking online courses, and they've been going to school.
Yeah, so we got work and school. It makes it really hard.
Yeah, so that's why we've kind of been on a little.
I know
hiatus.
getting like 3 adults in the same room is difficult.
Oh, yeah.
I know
Yeah,
what you
seriously.
mean.
Yeah.
Like it really is. I'm not even exaggerating or making a joke. It is. It's like even with the Pokemon thing. I mean, my wife has no fucking choice. She has to come home at one point, so like I
Yeah.
can get her for a video. You know what I mean? But it's just like if I wanted to get Garrett, Koala or Han or somebody. But luckily, I have a network. I get there's always somebody for me to grab. You know what I mean? With you guys, it's just you three, and you all have to have that opening. You know what I mean?
And we
So,
usually have,
it's pretty
weekends
brutal.
off too and stuff, but the problem is sometimes there's things going on. Like next week there's a community day. I'm going to go see my grandma in LA. So I'm
Yeah.
not going to be here. And then also next weekend, we have a chance to buy Comic-Con tickets for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to be in the car, so I might be able to get on my phone and do that. I might not, so.
This is sick, by the way.
Oh,
Like
yeah?
a podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no. It's like you guys are forced
Yeah.
to talk about it. Like I can't. I haven't touched my phone.
Yeah, dude,
like it's
I'm-
fucking weird.
Yeah,
like
and it's fun, dude. You've been actually really good at it, at keeping like the topics going and
Yeah.
everything. So
I appreciate
yeah, man,
it. I
no
try.
worries. You guys should definitely like start one
I
too.
I'm so caught up with the Pokemon. I got
Yeah,
like
yeah.
5 videos I gotta edit right now,
Oh.
but no, I'll keep showing up here. I'll
Yeah.
pop up.
That's what's up.
But no, it's cool because like you guys are forced to talk about subjects. You know what I mean? It's nice. You got to like look. It's not. You don't get this often. You know what I mean? It's
No,
not like
people are glued to their phones. Like even though
Yeah.
like we hang out with people playing like Pokemon Go and stuff, people are still like on their phones
You're
and stuff. So not the
literally
same
on
thing.
your phone
Yeah,
to
the whole
play
time.
that game.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's refreshing, right?
Yeah, it is refreshing.
Yeah.
I like conversation. That's another reason why we just started the Discord. Is just like I like
Yeah.
talking to people. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
We're social creatures.
I've heard of this like phone challenge where people will go out to dinner and the person who grabs their phone first has to pay for the whole thing.
We should
Oh.
do something like that, but with like credit cards. Like throw it all in like a hat, and then whoever the waitress pulls it out, like
I'll throw in my library
it's
card.
like,
On your library.
your library
Charge it
card.
to the library. They got me. I'm
to
leaving
the
now.
library.
I just put like a Pokemon
I
card in
just
there.
wear like the shittiest clothes I have. like,
Yeah, sorry, you wanted to eat, right?
Yeah.
I ordered filet mignon and some fucking some lobster tail.
who? What is it? The Scrooge? Who was that guy mean to? Like a little boy on the crutch.
Oh.
Tiny Tim.
Yeah,
There
Tiny
you go.
Tim.
Tiny
I'm
Tim.
going as Tiny Tim to every dinner. Like, please, sir, don't charge my card. Yeah.
What did you say? But yeah, man,
So I got some sad news for you guys.
what's up?
I'm not going to Comic Con next year.
Uh-oh.
For real, for real?
Yeah.
You see this every year.
I say this every year, but it's already next week. I don't want to go next. I don't want to go next.
For real,
year.
for real?
Like, cause I waste like it's like $500 just to go there,
Uh-huh.
and then like
It's
went there this
hardcore.
year, and then like it was terrible this year.
It was terrible this year.
Because one of the booths we went to, bait.
Oh,
they
I
were selling like these fake pins, right?
hate bait.
And then we get there. The door is supposed to open at 9:30, right? They open it, but they let us in early, like at 9:20. We get to the booth. We're like the first people there, and they told us it's sold out. Like, how do you sell out?
There were 6 people in front of us.
6 people in front of us. How do you sell like
200 pieces a day.
yeah 200 pieces a day?
No
in
way.
10 minutes before the doors even open. Like, how do you sell out all that stuff?
So
Hey.
those
So
are-
that making you not go to Comic Con?
No, it's a bunch of other stuff.
It's getting harder.
It's called
it's
Comic
getting
Con,
harder.
but there's
Okay.
like a little section of comics. Everything else is like
Yeah.
My Little Pony, Lego.
Yeah, I
and all
heard you
that
guys
stuff.
say that in one of the episodes. I don't remember which one it was. And then like I was watching video on. I've never been to a Comic Con, but it seemed like the main point of it is like gone now. It just
Yeah.
seems like fucking
Yeah.
advertisement.
Yeah.
It just seems
Yes, that's what he
That's
says.
like buy
Yeah.
this, buy that.
Kong's
you know,
words.
beating you with
That's
it.
exactly what it is. But it's a lot of vendors, and then with the whole fig pin stuff, it's like it's an exclusive, so people are after those like
Yeah.
fig pins. That's like bait and fig pin collaboration.
Yeah,
Dragon
But-
Ball Z, mostly those.
It was Dragon Ball Z. Like,
I think I know what you guys are talking about. Yeah.
And and like he said, like a lot of
That happened
people
to us a
went
lot,
through that.
yeah.
So basically, you just don't want to go to an event where you're gonna be angry. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself because we go to a different one in March. It's called WonderCon. So
Yeah.
it's by the same
Amazing.
people, but it's not. It's
Love
less
that
advertisement there. Like
So-
you can actually move through the crowd without like waiting like 5 minutes in one spot trying to like move an inch.
You're able to get to things
Yeah.
that pique your interest
Yeah.
instead of
See-
somebody fucking hitting you in the face with
Yeah.
this advertisement the whole
Yeah, yeah.
time.
It is
Yeah.
sad news. Cause I am actually sad now. I don't think I want to go to Comic-Con if Kong's not gonna go. Like I'm like in my feels now.
Well, like it's fun. Like when we go up there, like it's an 8-hour drive to San Diego, no matter what from here, and we have fun. We talk.
You guys should
We
do a
have fun on
podcast.
the way.
You guys should
Yeah.
do a
Oh, dude, we
podcast
talk
on the
about
way.
the
Should
Yeah.
have,
shit.
we should have. We had like the best topics, right?
Best conversations on the way over there. For
Yeah,
sure.
when you guys are stuck in a car with each other for
Yeah.
8 hours.
What if we look for a different convention around that time to go?
Well, you
to a
guys can
different
still
one?
go, man. It's just that it wasn't
I-
fun. Like
it-
I'm wasting all this money to go have fun, and I'm not having fun. Like
That's
No,
fine.
you're
I'm not-
absolutely right.
I think you're burnt out on it, and you might have to switch it up.
Hey, wait.
Vegas.
Got an idea.
Vegas.
No, hell
Oh,
no.
Damn it.
Concert?
Here's an idea.
Concert.
Let's get Sunday tickets for next year, just so that we're still in the lottery. Let's do that. Let's not completely bill yet. But you know what? He's right. I didn't have as much fun this time, especially because, like he said, we went to Bait. We were the first people there.
Yeah.
So, actually, on their page, they posted that they're gonna have something for New York Comic Con this
Yeah,
weekend.
yeah.
People were on there like, "Fuck you! You
Yeah.
didn't have shit at Comic Con.
Yeah.
Like you're liars. You're keeping this for yourselves. There's just absolutely no way."
See, I can see how you can get really butthurt about something like that because you think you're a niche fan of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, you get there and you're like, hey, I worked very hard to get here to get this thing, and then I got fucked.
Yeah.
But I was, like, the 6th person in line.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's just
Okay.
like... You know, and that's the
Basically,
point of
it's like Hidden
Comic-Con,
Fates.
right? Is, like, to fit into that nerd world, right? That niche...
Yeah.
It's kind of like how
DL.
Hidden Fates. It's kind of like how Hidden Fates sold
Yeah.
out everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like that, but you paid to be here.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So Jose and
I
I
paid to be
actually
at Walmart.
overpaid for some stuff that we couldn't find at the actual vendors.
Yeah.
We found it on the floor for like I think it was $50 as the regular thing. I got one for 80. He got one for 100, and it was just like, damn. But we really wanted these things. Kind of personal, kind of for like the resale value, whatever. But
Yeah.
there was a lot of that this year.
Yeah.
So I'm with Kong.
Maybe you need to do something else at it, then. Maybe you should have...
No,
I don't
conventions.
Know,
It has to be
fucking
conventions.
vlog it, like...
Yeah. True. No,
Maybe.
You know, go there with a mission, because the mission and the one thing you're mad about is like you show up and you didn't get the thing,
well,
right?
it's not that. It's just that it's the
And it's
whole,
expensive
like,
too.
It's,
Yeah.
If you say you're gonna sell something and then you have 200 of this item, but
Yeah.
you don't sell it, you keep it for yourself and you resell it for
On
like
eBay
$200
for
each.
$200.
Oh, yeah,
like the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
Pokemon card thing.
Yeah, like how getting
Yeah.
ripped off.
Yeah, like you're getting ripped off. It's like, wait, I thought like it's for everybody, but you kept it for yourself, and you just said you ran out. It's like
Fuck bait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're a piece of
you're
shit.
ripping off people. It's like you're ripping off your fans who are
Yeah.
here to support you, but you're
Yeah.
ripping them off. It's like, why are you doing
Yeah,
that?
I
And
feel
see,
you.
we're from California. This is international. People came from all over like
Yeah,
the world.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we drove a couple hours. Imagine having to like come from like
Germany
or something. Yeah. So
Yeah.
How long have you guys been going to Comic-Con?
6 years, probably 5 years, 6 years.
this was my 3rd or 4th year.
Yeah.
So, is there a difference between like the last one you went to and the first one you went to? Have you-
Honestly, it's been kind of the same for the most part.
Because-
Because when we started, it like the comic book movies had already taken off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so they had already, got all those fans that got everything overcrowded.
Comic-Con's been going on for a
for
while,
50
right?
years.
This
50
last year was
years.
50th year
50?
anniversary.
Yeah.
50.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit!
It
Okay,
started
but
in-
I've only heard about it. Let's say in like the last 10 years.
Exactly.
Like I've
It got
only heard
huge,
about
yeah.
Pop culture took off after that.
Yeah.
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 You know what I mean? Like they all came out of the closet finally.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
Hey, I actually do like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Well, speaking on that, coming out of the nerd closet or like I actually like Pokemon.
Yeah.
I've never lied about being a nerd, but
Yeah.
recently all of a sudden everyone's like, "Oh yeah, I love Pokemon too. I love." I'm like, "No, you didn't." Like I remember, high school, you were like
Yeah.
that's for kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Like no,
I really
no.
can't. Like it's
Yeah.
I don't have a fucking choice.
Did you guys have similar experiences where you were like, you weren't a nerd the whole time. You weren't
Kinda.
there. The dark times.
The-
Me and Jose were
yeah.
You were-
freshman
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
So we
We
can't
got
deny
all
that.
the girls.
yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, there's more girly nerds
Because
now
of
than
it.
there are boys.
Oh yeah. Back then, dude, there was like hardly any girls that were into that kind of stuff, or maybe the same thing. They were like scared to like come out of the nerd closet.
DL, yeah.
DL, dude.
Yeah, it's
If
cool.
you gotta
Yeah,
send,
man.
if you tell us something, we will accept it, Jose. Just
Yeah.
just go through the emotions. Like just tell us.
I've already
Alright,
accepted,
man.
Kong
Yeah.
for being
All
Kong.
right, man.
Yeah.
I don't think my wife was a nerd.
No?
Really?
Yeah, before I met her, no. No, she's super into anime. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I put her onto other things too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think the Pokemon thing was kind of new for her. She's seen the anime in like passing, but she didn't play any of the games.
Oh, okay.
So
Hey, so kind of to go back to the Comic-Con thing.
Uh-huh.
So, Kong, would you be opposed to New York then? Because it's kind of, it's not the same time frame, obviously. It's not in the
It's
summer.
October.
Yeah.
I think it'd be kind of cool to check that place
yeah,
out.
you definitely got to. If you're not gonna go, you got to do something else for sure.
Because most of the other big ones happening at the same time as WonderCon, and honestly, I'm with you. I enjoyed WonderCon this last year way more than any other con. WonderCon is my shit.
Dude, I was just talking to like my coworkers, telling them that it is getting like kind of WonderCon. I'm down for WonderCon.
Hell yeah.
every day, unless it gets like
Can I go?
San Diego Comic Con come through.
Hey, you want to?
come through.
Hey,
It's
seriously,
cheap.
it's cheap.
It's cheap, dude.
And it's
Where's
pretty
it
much
at?
guaranteed to get in.
Anaheim.
Anaheim.
So
Anaheim,
I
okay.
actually qualify as a professional. I'm not going to explain why, but I actually qualify as a professional. I can go for free,
Stripper.
potentially. So if I get chosen,
Professional what?
So there's different attendees like badges. They have attendees, professionals. They have exhibitors.
Uh-huh.
They have like different kinds
Vendors.
of badges.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
so professional falls under like artists, people involved in the industry, and it also extends to like librarians and educators. So I'm not going to say which one I am, but I'm definitely one of those. Definitely, working in the art field.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm published.
BL.
I'm sorry, I can't get over the BL,
No, but
dude.
hey,
It's so
if-
sick, dude.
If you really do want to go, it's actually a pretty awesome event. WonderCon, like, I really enjoyed my first Comic-Con. The last two, not as much. But
What month
WonderCon
is
is
it?
awesome.
It's like around towards
March,
end of
April?
March, beginning
April.
In Anaheim.
All right,
And it's in
I'll
Anaheim.
I'll cut away from my Pokemon budget a little bit.
So
Get
actually,
tickets.
WonderCon's not super expensive unless you want it to be. Like
It's just
Jose,
getting there, right?
Jose and myself, we make it expensive.
Yeah.
Like last year, we did a lot of signatures and like we did a lot of grading, so that gets really pricey. Like I
And it's
literally,
time-consuming.
I didn't come back with like almost anything, but I had spent like almost $2,000, and I
Yeah.
got my stuff in the mail like months later after being graded. So
Yeah, I mean it's fun. It's like a scavenger hunt. Trying
Yeah.
to find signatures, trying to get exclusives.
So do you guys walk in with a list, right? Like
Yeah.
you guys know
We have
what
an
you
idea.
want to see.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. How do you even form that list in the first place? They kind of already tell you online what's
Yes.
going to happen.
So a couple of months like in advance, there's like certain blogs dedicated to like, oh, these are the exclusives that are gonna come out.
Yeah.
So then we're like, okay, we like that exclusive, or we like this action figure, we like this comic that they're only gonna release this day.
Yeah.
So then we'll be like, oh, dude, Professor, are you gonna get this right here? And he'll be like, yes or no or blah blah blah, and then we kind of
divide and conquer.
divide and conquer. We'll be like, okay, I'll get two, and then kind of switch off that
Which
way.
Kong doesn't like us dividing and conquering, and I agree with him because the first couple of cons were us hanging out, and recently because we've been more exclusive driven and separating, it's not as fun, and we feel like we don't spend as much time together. Which is
Yeah.
kind of the whole purpose. It's supposed to be like a boys trip,
Yeah.
We're hanging out for the weekend, and then we don't hang out.
Yeah.
We go buy stuff.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think like what we kind of figured out is try to get as much as you possibly can for what you're like hunting out like in the first day, and then after that, just try to like hey, did you see this? Like like
Yeah.
oh, there's this booth that has this. Oh, we could go. Check
Oh,
it
you were
out.
looking for this? I found this over here. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
Kong
Interesting.
is really good at finding like
I don't
anything.
have a list like these guys. I just go
Yeah.
for the enjoyment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we usually tell him, "Hey, we're looking for this," and he'll be like, "Hey, I found it over here for this much," and
You
we're
just
like,
fucking
"Dude, like."
punk people for information.
And actually, because it's usually the same map every year, so we pretty much know where everything is at this point.
For the most part.
Sick.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Was it this year's WonderCon was good because we went to go watch
Shazam.
Shazam, and then they gave
Oh,
us a
I
treat
didn't.
where
Yeah, I didn't get to make
they
that.
had the cast come out
Yeah.
of Shazam. Like they did like a 5-minute like talking about themselves and that. So it was a good treat.
I
Like,
remember you guys talking
Yeah.
about that on the podcast
Yeah.
too.
It was pretty awesome, dude.
Go watch that episode. It was sick.
Yeah. No, but yeah, dude, like it's pretty fun. You get like a lot of like advanced screenings, whether
Yeah.
it be like the animation movie or like Shazam, stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's really awesome, man. It's always fun.
He said, "You guys are crazy. You guys are into so many things. I
Kinda.
can only focus on like one or two things."
Yeah, and then
But we'll let you know when those tickets go on sale if you want to join
Sure.
us, and then Um,
Well, you got to make an account first, though.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then Kong's really homophobic, so we don't share a bed. So somebody ends up sleeping on the floor, and usually we make Kong sleep on the floor
Called him
most of the
out.
time.
He's like, he's really homophobic and racist and like just a
Oh, he's-
genuinely
he
bad
is-
person. Yeah, fuck that guy.
No, like so when I was doing online dating, like I matched up with a girl who's from the same place that Kong is. So I was like, hey, give me an in here. He goes, Pan Express. I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like,
Offensive humor is the greatest.
that's what he said to me. I was like,
man.
I'm not gonna take your advice. Never mind.
Say you didn't get with her, so say you should have taken my advice.
You know what, Kong?
You're right.
Guys, I'm not feeling well. I've been agreeing with Kong a lot today. I've been saying he's right about a lot of things today. Do I look a little like red or something or pale?
Nah, you're just limping a lot.
You know, the other reason I think I like the podcast is like when we do, like, even when his first time on, I was like, oh, I'm gonna try to do an interview and ask you questions. You fucking can't. It's
No.
We
impossible.
kinda did a little bit,
You,
little
like,
bit.
You pull
It's
one
kinda difficult,
shiny
though.
and it's off topic from
Yeah.
there, dude.
I bet.
It's just like you're so focused on the Pokemon cards and not fucking up. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, and like earlier when I asked that question about like the 6 Pokemon, like
Yeah.
Jose went rogue. I did the same thing with you. You asked me a question, I went rogue. I was like, something
Yeah.
else.
I got a shiny.
You were like, did you even hear what I said? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, shiny.
It
yeah.
happens too often. But yeah,
What made you guys want to start a podcast?
Jose.
yeah.
How's it?
I love.
I asked you this question too.
Yeah, I love watching podcasts and just when they have like natural conversations.
Yeah.
That I like it, especially if they're like funny. I watch a lot of comedy podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Okay.
necessarily watch like nerd stuff. Because I don't think it would either be entertaining, as in they wouldn't be funny. Maybe.
What's the top 3 podcast?
Well, I could name his top
oh,
3
man,
actually.
Easy.
Okay, hold on.
okay,
You name it. You
uh,
name it.
Tiger Belly,
Oh, okay.
That's-
which is a Bobby Lee podcast.
Yeah. I love Bobby Lee.
And
He's
then
so
it's
funny.
Fighter and the
it's
Kid.
Fighter and the Kid.
Which is shit.
The guy
Brian
from Mad
Callen
TV.
and Brendan Shaw.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know about the third one actually.
And the third one, I like to watch some
Rogan?
of the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh hell yeah! I
like
love
him, but
Joe
I
Rogan.
can't get into the MMA kind of thing.
I'm a huge MMA fan. So
Oh, okay.
He's too hard.
so-
Same.
I always skip and go to the comedy ones. Like
Yeah.
I love Joey Diaz. For
Yeah,
example.
I love
hell
that guy.
yeah.
It's fucking
Um,
hilarious.
And then I'll also watch like Bert Kreischer's like
Oh, yeah, that guy's
podcast
great.
or
Something's
someti-
Burning?
Sometimes
His channel?
Something's Burning, which is
Funny dude.
have you killed Tony?
I've seen it. I
Oh,
watched
okay.
it.
That
I
one's
watched it.
great.
I'm like, how would I do if I try that play? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you think it's just a minute? Like I could
Yeah.
do a minute,
Yeah.
right?
Until you get up there and freeze like crazy,
Yeah,
man.
you see a lot of that happen
Yeah.
too.
And
you think
then-
you could do a minute?
Of what?
Of stand-up comedy.
Oh, hell no, dude.
If it was just
Gonna go
1
to
minute,
Racist Rant again.
It would kill.
it would kill.
It would do great, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about nowadays.
No.
Especially nowadays, you commit.
You
to
people took over my country.
Oh, yeah.
Now I have to be all nice.
Yeah, you're done already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The second you drop to you people.
it. Yeah, exactly.
It's hard not to be in trouble.
Offend anybody? Yeah.
Look, Joe Rogan states this on his podcast a lot. Like, look, they're just trying to be funny. They're not trying to be racist. Like, it
Comedians.
was a terrible joke.
Yeah.
But it didn't work.
Mhm.
They weren't trying to be racist or anything, you know.
It kind of works and it kind of doesn't. Like, look at like Louis C.K. for example. At the height of his career, he had the sexual allegations, but then he tried to come back and still be offensive, and
Yeah.
it really didn't
Yeah.
work.
But
like,
that's his comedy, though.
Yeah.
That's his comedy.
I think
style.
if you want to be offensive, you have to have a clean slate, like
Yeah.
on top of it. You know what I mean? Like Tosh Coino, like that
Yeah,
guy's super
dude.
offensive,
Dude, hell yeah.
but a clean slate, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he's never called anybody the N bomb or anything, right?
Yeah,
Hopefully.
no,
Do you
Please,
guys-
Tosh, don't fuck this up, dude.
as we speak, he's committing some crime and it's like being recorded.
He's also real private. You
Yeah.
know what I mean with his life. So
kind of like Stephen Colbert.
yeah.
I don't know much of Colbert.
Stephen Colbert's pretty private, and like the character he plays is pretty funny because like he's supposed to be like super conservative, so like he has this one joke where he's like, okay, gays, you got to marry each other, you can't take divorce from us too.
God.
That's hilarious. But yeah, that's mostly where it came from. And then whenever we play Pokemon Go, we usually have some like solid conversations, like we're
Yeah.
talking, like, nerd
And just
shit.
hanging
So I was
out.
like,
Yeah.
you know what? let's try shooting a podcast, and it's been fun, you know. So that's why I kind of.
I'm also a pretty good rapper.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
Swear.
No, I'm like no.
It's like I got
He
you a
ain't no liar. He
mixtape.
spits that fire.
I got you a mixtape off to the side after this
That's
podcast.
hilarious. He's
You
gonna
want to
try
buy my CD?
Hey, bro, you want to buy my mixtape? Shit, fire, son.
I like how before I walked in, and they're like, "Well, yeah, we're doing a podcast," and then like we start talking about a subject, and they're like, "No, shut the fuck up. We gotta save that for the
Get
podcast."
it on the mic.
Oh, what did you think about It Chapter 2? No. Hold on.
Wait.
Just save that.
And we haven't even mentioned any of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Not a
Let's
single
talk
thing.
about It Chapter 2 because that movie fucking sucked.
I liked it.
I have
What?
not watched it. Yeah, but go for it.
you haven't watched
I don't
it.
care. Go for
I was
it.
gonna
man.
watch it.
Yeah.
No, you
No,
weren't.
you're not.
Don't waste your time. Okay, then here. Me and him will try to convince you to either watch it or save your fucking
Does it
3
stick
hours
to the
of
original
life.
movie, or does it like?
Well,
stick
it's
to the
originally
book
based
more?
off a book.
No. But the first movie that came out, you know, what I mean,
They
does
have
it
more.
stick
I
to
think
that,
they.
or just
Well,
stick to the book.
I've never really read the book, but it's my understanding that they have more elements of the book. So there's like,
With less child orgies.
yeah, that's child orgies.
That was in the book.
In the book, they have this whole thing about the universe is a giant turtle, and like it is like a spider from a different universe that kind of invaded.
Senor, can I get
And
the
then
autograph? Thank you,
in the
sir.
original movie, they were basically just beating his ass.
Boss.
And this one is like an actual
with
ritual they
like
have
what?
to perform.
Like their fist?
No, they had like a slingshot.
Okay.
In
Tell
the
me how
original-
this is. Okay.
In the original movie. In this
Yeah.
one, they're actually like trying to fight him.
Yeah.
Like literally trying to fight it. So like there's a part in the movie where like Eddie's like literally choking it out. And if it hadn't vomited in his face, he probably would have choked it to death. Which I thought was pretty awesome. Like this guy's like gangsta. He's
what
like,
are
you know
on
what?
right now? You're on it. You got to defend this movie.
Isn't that what I'm
Go-
doing?
Huh?
You're
Isn't
just
that what I'm
explaining
doing?
it right now.
You're explaining the old movie, right?
Let's hear what he has to say. Then you defend.
It's a fucking waste of time. It's okay. 3-hour movie.
Yes.
It is a 3-hour movie. 2 of those hours are fucking wasted on a joke. Like they go back to Derry, right?
Yeah.
Because they all forget when they leave Derry.
Or their kids.
They come back, and when they have to get trinkets, something from their childhood,
Yeah.
their traumatic childhood. I mind you that.
So they have to relive it and stuff.
to get rid of it that sleeps for 27 years. Why 27? I have no idea. But they get the trinkets, they put them in the little pot. It doesn't work. Pennywise is just like, yeah, you thought that was gonna work. It didn't work back then. They're like, didn't you do your research, bitch? They spent 2 hours getting those trinkets, bro, and
But-
it didn't work.
The 2 hours was also trying to like connect the past with the present too. So I really enjoyed that. It was kind of a slow burn, and it shouldn't have been 3 hours necessarily. I think 2 would have been better. Because some parts did drag, but
Yeah.
they really wanted to flesh out their characters and like their fears. Because
Okay,
ultimately,
they're trying to flesh out characters. The
Yeah.
first character fucking killed himself immediately,
Which one?
and then
Stan.
yeah, the
black
little
one?
Jewish kid.
Which ones?
Yeah.
They all look Jewish. To me.
There's 2 of them that are Jewish.
Which one? The kid
It's
from-
either the
kid from-
Jewish or the black kid.
from Stranger Things or the fat kid?
The other
No,
one.
fat kid?
No, the one that literally had the thing on his head.
Oh, the fat kid's hot
Stan.
now.
No, the one with
Oh.
the mom. The mom.
My
that-
girlfriend described the fat kid being hot as a cross between Dean and Sam Winchester, which I can totally see.
And corny as fuck.
I can totally see that.
Okay, so he killed himself. He's like, I'm gonna kill myself because I know I'm gonna be too weak to do this. And it's like, but you weren't when you were a kid. And it's just like, hold on, he didn't even get back to Derry. How
No.
did he remember what the fuck even happened to make him kill himself?
Did they set up Pennywise good, like in the movie, or
His
did
origin?
it?
Yeah,
I
his
think so,
scenes
yeah.
were all
Or
right.
was it too long of a burn for that too?
Any
Well-
scene that had Pennywise in it, I thought was great.
Yeah.
Especially the very beginning
Origin
one.
form.
Yeah.
Origin.
Like, you know how in Pokemon origin form looks cooler?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, same thing with the origin form is pretty freaking scary.
I just think the characters that they were trying to flesh out, I think the actors just did a horrible job. What's his name? Bill Hader? I thought his jokes were so hacky and
Really?
corny.
Well,
it was
it's kind of like
ridiculous.
the first episode of Twilight Zone that recently came out, The Comedian. It wasn't supposed to be funny. It was supposed to be horror. So, like,
I don't know. Chapter 1, I thought it was. I don't know. I was impressed by the kids. The
I
kids did an
enjoyed the hell out of that one.
amazing job. In
They're
that
beating
one.
the
Did
crap
you
out of
watch
him.
that one?
That one was a
Okay.
good one.
Yeah, the second one just doesn't compare.
Didn't deliver.
Not as nearly as much, and like I said, I don't know. I was also being a grumpy bitch.
Maybe
Like I literally, I worked like a 12-hour shift, and I was like, "Yeah, this is a good idea to go watch this fucking movie." And then you're stuck in a movie theater for 3 hours after you work.
We're gonna watch it after Community Day, but I told Professor M, I was like, you know what, dude, I'm gonna be too tired and I'm gonna fall asleep. I have a habit of falling asleep at movies already, so I was like, nah,
It does.
Maybe
it's not good.
I'll try to rewatch it, not being a grumpy bitch.
Well,
we'll see how that goes.
If you compare it to the part one was way better.
Yeah.
Part one was way better. Well, it's kind of like watching chapter 2 as an adult and like seeing how stupid they are about this whole thing. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm kind of practical, and monsters don't exist. But if they did, I would have brought a gun. I would have brought a gun. You know, I'm not gonna go in there with a freaking like the little trinkets they had, the tokens or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I'm gonna go in there with a gun. Like, they kept saying that.
Everybody knows that like clowns are resistant to bullets. So.
Like in Supernatural?
That's a real thing.
I've never shot a gun.
Me neither.
Oh, sweet, dude. That makes 2 of us.
BL, bro.
Fucking BL. You shot a gun. You fucking.
No.
You've never shot a gun either?
I shot a rifle before, but not like a handgun.
Never shot a gun.
Dude, rifles.
Plead the fifth.
You're not,
Rifles
you're
are
not in
hellish.
court. This is a podcast.
No, so I shot a rifle before. It gave me a black eye. Those things are powerful, man. Powerful. I used to wear glasses. I almost broke my glasses.
Oh fuck.
Those things are strong.
Damn.
The opportunities just never arose for me. It's not like I'm against guns or anything. I just never had a
Same
fully
here.
loaded gun in front of me and somebody say shoot it.
No, but
So-
I would have had a gun or something, like a machete, a freaking samurai sword, something. Like, I'm not gonna go in there like with a freaking token and be like, yeah, let's kill it.
No, you're down to kill things.
They
You're
kept
telling me
saying-
how you're gonna kill this pig later. Like, and I was like, I wanted to cry immediately.
Well, we just lost our endorsement to PETA, so there's that.
Dude,
I
PETA has
had-
killed more animals than anything else in like the world.
I think you lost that the second we said Pokemon.
True.
They're like, oh,
They're
the
like-
10-year-olds dogfighting? That's what Pokemon is, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. So, don't watch and watch.
I think it's a good watch,
Yeah.
but I
You
just
watch it.
well,
if you have 3 hours.
with any
of
horror movie with
fucking
adults,
waste.
I feel like I like it better when they're actually trying to do something. Like, there's gonna be some horror movie that comes out later this year. I forgot what it was, but basically in this movie they're actually fighting back. They're not gonna like. It looks corny as hell, but they're actually fighting back versus like, oh my god, they're trying to kill me. Like, no, I have a gun now. What are you gonna do?
What about Doctor Sleep? Have you guys seen the trailer for that?
Nah. What is
It's
that?
like
Oh,
the
that's sequel to The Shining.
Yeah, the
Oh, okay.
Sequel to The Shining. So the
I-
kid's all grown up,
I'm
basically.
fucking nervous. The Shining is like hands down the best movie.
What's the name of the director for the first one? Stanley
Kubrick.
Kubrick?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not doing the second one, is he?
No.
Is he still alive?
I think not.
I'll Google it. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, but I know they got approval of this movie with him, like I mean, with his like estate or something,
Oh,
and
okay.
then same thing with Stephen King, and I guess it's all
Gravy.
happy-go-lucky.
Hey,
Everybody loves it.
Stephen King, he's a good motherfucking writer because
Oh, he's
one of his
long
movies
dead.
just came out on Netflix. In the Tall Grass. That motherfucker made
With
grass
his son?
scary.
Make grass
He
scary.
made grass scary. So the premise of the movie is that this brother and sister are going to San Diego, and she's the
Comic-Con.
the sister's pregnant, so they pull up the side of the road because she has to throw up, and they throw up next to like this giant field, right? And then they start hearing this kid's voice, "Hey, help me! I need help! I'm lost in the field. I can't get out." Like, hey, did you hear that? So they go into the fields and they get lost
I'm not
in the
going
field.
in there. I'd be like, come out here.
No, it's a good movie. Like, it's a crappy premise, but it's a good movie. 'Cause, like, he made that fucking field scary. I don't know how.
Wait a minute, is that Children of the Corn?
No.
Oh, I've seen that. I saw that as a kid. It freaked me out, man.
I've actually never
Like, watch
seen
it. Watch this
Never
one. This is
watched
actually a really good
You know
Netflix
what?
movie.
I'm gonna make
Oh,
this
it's a
promise,
Netflix.
Kong.
Yeah.
I'm watching this
Netflix
tonight.
is fucking killing it.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking killing the game, dude.
I was scared of the grass. You're like,
You're like,
So-
I'm scared of
fuck
grass
Stephen
now.
King.
I have a
I'm
love-hate
gonna
relationship
watch
with
that.
Stephen King and his books because some of his books are like super long and with detail isn't even relevant. So my girlfriend and I were listening to an audiobook of The Outsider, which is kind of like a different version of It. This one's actually like more modern, which was pretty cool. But it was like a 16-hour thing that could have been like maybe 8. There's so much detail in there that I'm like, I don't need to know this. Like, I don't care. Like, damn.
Doesn't Stephen King have like a ridiculous amount of books?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all he does.
And short stories too. His short stories are pretty good too.
So isn't that why he's like a decent writer? Well, good writer. Sorry. Because it's like one of these have to do good. Right? Like,
And
so many.
that's
both
like
of
my
his sons
YouTube
write.
videos, right? It's like I'm
That's
fucking
it.
keep shoving them out
Family
there.
Guy one. Oh, what's your next idea? This lamp.
This, lamb.
Oh, there's a skit about that already.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't seen that. That
That's
sounds
sick.
funny
It's
though.
like from the first couple seasons.
Yeah.
You're
I
just
remember.
making
He's
stuff
like,
up
"You're
now.
just-" Yeah, he's like, you're just doing anything.
Oh,
Aren't
I
you?"
because-
heard Stephen King wasn't he like a huge cokehead at one point too, especially during it.
You know what? It wouldn't surprise me, dude. It honestly wouldn't surprise me.
That's sick,
Probably did
dude.
hella LSD and shit. That's,
That's
how he
sick.
came up with his fucking
I
ideas.
like it when like boring white dudes are like addicted to coke. Like, that's so dope. Like I think it was Tom Hanks. Yeah, Tom Hanks.
Is he addicted to coke?
No,
Oh,
like
fuck.
He's not
allegedly.
boring at all.
No,
I like
no,
Tom
no.
Hanks.
No, Tim Allen. Sorry.
okay,
yeah,
Tim
Tim
Allen.
Allen. Didn't he get busted with like a lot
I think
of
so.
cocaine or something like that?
That's fucking Buzz Lightyear, dude.
Yeah, exactly. It was like
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
I
Love that
I'm
show.
sorry, Tom Hanks. I hope we could still work together in the future.
Toy Story 5. Toy Story 5. It's coming, guys.
There you go.
Wait, has
Yeah,
anybody seen Toy Story 4 yet?
Nah.
Is that the one with the bear?
The new, no, that's
Yeah.
3.
No, that's
No,
3.
that's three.
I've seen 3.
Oh, shit.
I thought 3 was perfect. I don't know why they made 4. I heard 4 was really
Money.
good too, though. I'll check it out. But 3 was just like, did you guys cry?
I did.
I watched part of
I totally
3.
did.
Yeah, I kind of teared up a lot.
I'm not a
lot.
What did I do my acting here?
Yeah, seriously.
Come back.
I still have my shit.
Not me. We moved, so.
I don't know if I did or not. I remember seeing it in passing, but I don't think I've
Yeah.
actually sat down and watched it. I'm not a movie guy, really. And like, it has to be the dumbest fucking movie for me to watch it. Like, I love stupid fucking movies. Like, so anything with like Shia LaBeouf or Daniel Radcliffe, like I'll watch those because it's fucking retarded. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
Like, oh, sorry, R word. That's not good anymore.
Yeah, you still use it. Fuck it.
I still use it.
Fuck it.
But like, did you see that horrible movie, Swiss Army Man, with
Nope.
like Daniel Radcliffe just plays a dead body?
Oh,
It had me sold. Like somebody was like, "Hey, have you seen Swiss Army Man?" I was like, "What's it about?" Daniel Radcliffe plays a dead body. I was like, "I'm down. Let's go watch that." It looks fucking stupid. Let's do it.
Oh my god. How hard of a job was that have been to play like a dead body? Like he's just like laying there, right?
Yeah, he's just laying there.
Dude.
For most
Reminds
of
me
the
of
movie.
Friends.
Like
Reminds me of Friends.
eventually so it's about a guy. He's stuck on an island, deserted island, whole castaway situation.
Uh-huh.
The body washes up, and then he starts using the body as like a tool, like to chop wood and stuff like
okay.
that.
Yeah.
But it's just Daniel Radcliffe all stiff, and he's like chopping wood and shit.
Oh my
And I was like, this sounds dumb. Let me
Oh
watch
my
this.
God.
So, but like the problem with movies for me, it's like watching old episodes of Scooby Doo, right? if you see that one wall that has like kind of a discolored, you're like,
yeah.
motherfuckers are gonna break out of that wall right
Yeah,
there. I
yeah,
bet you.
Yeah.
And my brother's like, how'd you know? Like, I don't know, dude. That's the problem with movies. I feel like they're so cookie cutter nowadays. Like you could really tell the
everything
endings
that's
to
gonna happen.
movies.
Yeah.
You know?
It really is like that. Unless it's like by Quentin Tarantino, then it's gonna like completely switch up everything.
I like his movies, but for his movies, for me, they're one and done. You don't watch those twice.
Yeah,
There's just so much dialogue. I'm not watching that twice.
Yeah,